Today's going to be all about updates, breeding season updates, channel updates, and updates on where we're going in the future here at Straight Blast Pythons. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim with Straight Blast Pythons. Welcome to the channel. Right off the bat, I apologize. I missed uploading a video last week. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm active duty military. I'm married, 2 kids. We got, obviously, the ball python collection here, as well as my wife's collection of garters, colubrids, geckos, isopods, you name it. Life gets a little hectic. Anybody who's been in the military or even familiar with military life knows we have a tendency of having to move. This summer, we've got a move coming up, so my wife and I have been kind of house shopping a little bit remotely this week. Between all of that and the fact that the video I did record, I had audio problems with. Things just didn't work out in my favor. I apologize. With everything going on and the fact that I don't really have a filming and editing rhythm going on yet, I just kind of let it get past me. Not happy with myself about it. It's not going to happen again. From here on out, 1 video a week. That's the plan. Since we're talking about the channel though, going to that first. So far, I've really just kind of been posting opinion pieces, some random stuff here and there, a little bit about our collection, our breeding plans. When I started this channel, the goal of it wasn't, to try to become monetized on YouTube or become the next big, YouTube reptile guy. It's not. It's honestly been to really try to just join the greater community as a whole, find some like-minded people, get some, conversation going, just kind of become part of the community, maybe help better it, help build it in some way. So with that said, I was kind of thinking, who am I trying to talk to here? I'm not trying to talk to big names. I'm trying to talk to people like myself, people just starting out, people kind of still in that learning curve. So what better way can I do that than to share what I've learned, share my experiences, and just be as transparent as I can. So moving forward, I'm going to try to put a little bit of a focus on more educational videos, stuff that I personally think might help out somebody who's, a year behind me, just kind of getting started out, deciding whether they want to do this. I'm going to try to make some videos helping them out. I'm going to do kind of a first year breeding series, as well as just my thoughts as to, if I was to repeat my first year or the first year or two selecting animals, building the basis of the collection, how I would do it differently. Best case scenario, somebody learns from my mistakes or, gets some new ideas on what they want to do. Worst case scenario, I talk to a camera for about 5-10 minutes, whatever. Moving on to season update, which is what I'm sure most of you guys care more about. To be honest with you, I'm not feeling so hot about this season. We'll go through the girls here in just a minute, but from what I'm seeing, I'm honestly only expecting 5 of those 8 to go. I might be wrong. A couple of them just don't really seem to be interested. I've got a number of first-year breeders in this mix too, so that does play a role into it. We'll see what happens. And looking at it though, with this impending move coming up, that's actually a significantly lower number of eggs that I got to worry about trying to figure out what to do with during the move, because I was kind of timing it out, and if the girls go right around the time they did last year, I'm probably going to wind up having an incubator full of eggs, and I don't know how I'm going to transport that right now. That's something I got to figure out, and honestly something kind of daunting to think about. If anybody watching this have ever had to move facilities with an incubator full of eggs, especially if the move was halfway across the country like ours is going to be, any suggestions you have are welcome, because right now I have no idea how I'm going to make that happen. Moving a collection of snakes is one thing. Moving incubating eggs, I don't know if that's even going to work out. To be honest with you, that has a potential of just crushing our season right there. So, with that in mind, anything we get and anything that makes it through this transition, I'm going to be thankful for. But this is definitely a complete opposite of our first season, where we did really well comparatively to what I was expecting. Ultimately, whatever happens, happens. It's an experience. It's a learning curve. We grow from it. If I have to repeat pairings next year, I repeat pairings next year. I mean, would I like to have the holdbacks I was hoping for this year? Yes. If not, it's not the end of the world. But without further ado, let's take a look at the girls. A couple of them are paired up. Let's see what they're looking like. Kind of go over what I've seen so far, why I think they're going to go or not going to go, and kind of go from there. All right, first up we got Valkyrie, our Mohavanchi Fire Girl. She's locked 4 times with Striker, our pastel yellow belly genetic stripe. She's recently gone off food, just shed not too long ago. See what's going on here. I have a feeling she's going to go. Really looking to get some Enchi yellow belly combos with that Het G stripe out of this pairing. Next up, we got Geisha. She's our super pastel Het Clown. She's been paired with our pinstripe Krypton Boy. Seen about 3 locks out of them. She's still actually ravenous on the food. She went late for us last season, so I'm really not too worried that I'm not seeing any sort of signs of building or ovulation yet, but she's definitely over her pre-lay weight from last season, so not worried about it. So Freya's our Mojave Het Clown girl. She's been paired up with that same pinstripe Krypton boy 4 or 5 times now, but I have yet to see an actual lock. She's been finicky on food lately, and she did just shed out. Her colors are a bit lighter than usual. That might be a glow, but to be completely honest, I'm really not getting that warm and fuzzy about this one. She is a first-year breeder, so we'll see what happens. Next up, we got Talia, our Blade Het Clown, Het VPI Xanthic. I did just take Striker out of the tub with her, so I apologize, the tub is a mess. Striker's also possible Het VPI Xanthic. I'm really hoping this pairing proves that out in him. Ideally, we're getting a visual VPI Xanthic that's going to have that Het G-stripe in it. She was our last girl to go last year, and she was also the fastest to get back up to weight. Haven't seen any signs of ovulation yet, but to be honest, this one's looking good. I think she's going to go. Next up, we've got Ginger, our Orange Dream Het Genetic Stripe. She's only been paired once so far. She was paired with Striker again, and they did lock. I don't think I'm going to pair her again this season. She was right sitting at that 1,380 gram mark. I prefer the girls to be a little bit closer to 15 to start pairing. I decided to pair her anyway to see if she'd get a jump start on food, but she's been a little sporadic. I'd rather put some weight on her and pair her again next year. Jane is our big normal girl. Last year, we got a 10-egg clutch out of her. She was our first to go last year and is going to be the first to go again this year. She's the only girl that we've seen an ovulation out of so far, and you can see here she looks pretty uncomfortable. She locked up with Helios, who's our Banana Cinnamon Genetic Stripe. Nothing really crazy out of this combo, and honestly nothing that I'm really trying to hold back from this pairing. Honestly, the main goal out of this clutch is just to get some banana stuff. Toffee is our Enchi Pinstripe. So she paired once late last year with Striker. Again, he's a pastel yellow belly genetic stripe. And I made the decision that I wanted to instead pair her up with Helios, our Banana Cinnamon genetic stripe. She's been paired with him 3 times, but we haven't seen a lock. She did lock with Striker, so we'll see what happens. Charlotte is our Spider genetic stripe girl, and she's been paired with Jester, our lesser clown. Obviously there we're going for double het G-stripe clowns. They have locked 3 times now. Similar to Ginger, she's not quite gaining the weight as aggressively as I wish she would, but she does look like she's going to go for us this year. Alright, so moving forward, I'm going to try for 1 video a week. That's the goal. Not going to make any sort of promises as far as a day or a time. Everything I got going on, plus the fact that I really, like I said earlier, don't have a filming rhythm or editing rhythm down yet. Life's going to kind of be hectic all the way up through this move we got coming up here later in the spring, early summer, so until then, I'm not going to make any promises other than I'm going to do my best to get 1 video a week out, and I'm going to try to make those videos either educational or in some way valuable to a newer breeder. If you have any topics that you want to see me cover, talk about, anything that, you might be thinking of as a first-year breeder or as somebody looking to get into the hobby, please shoot me a message in the comments below, on Instagram at Straight Blast Pythons. Tell me what kind of content I can give you that would actually help you out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.